Hey everyone, Congresswoman Nancy Mace here. I'm in front of Trump Tower today, and I remember in 2015 when President Trump announced his run. I was one of his earliest supporters. I actually worked for the campaign in 2016. I worked in 7 different states across the country to help get him elected.
I endorsed him early. I worked all over, worked my butt off to get him elected, and he just endorsed my primary opponent. Oops. Yes, Donald Trump endorsed Katie Arrington, who is challenging Nancy Mace, who is a first-term congresswoman for South Carolina's 1st District. And as a result of that, I don't know, you can interpret it as a betrayal if you want. She decided to go to Trump Tower to upload a video. But let's be clear about this. She didn't go there to meet with Donald Trump. Presumably, he's not there. She actually traveled hundreds and hundreds of miles in the opposite direction of Trump from South Carolina to go to a place that had his name on it for some reason. And overall, I just want to acknowledge what I feel is the very Michael Scott visits New York City vibe of the video that she's uploading. Maybe she'll see a celebrity. But anyway, Brett, before we jump into this, she makes the case for why that endorsement by Donald Trump of her opponent should not cause voters to give her the boot. Let's take a look at this.
I supported him again in 2020 because of policies I believed in. He brought American jobs back. He lowered our taxes, wages, and employment were better for every hardworking American in our country. He made America safer, and he took on China directly. And America was stronger all around the world. And quite frankly, freedom and democracy was stronger all around the world. If you want to lose this seat once again in midterm election cycle to Democrats, then my opponent is more than qualified to do just that.
So Brett, what do you think about this? Do you think this will win them over? Could it win Trump over? She's camped outside of his house with a boombox.
This is such a stupid argument. Yeah, exactly. He's like, in your eyes, like going full Cusack, say anything. This is fantastic to me. I love every bit of it. I will say this, like her 2 arguments are: 1, he's just mad right now. Like he's just mad, he's in a mood, you know how he gets, but I'm here, I'm sticking with him, even though he's mad at me, just know I still love him. And the second part of her argument that is so batty to me is she's basically saying every decision Trump has ever made is brilliant, except not to endorse me. Like this is the one time in my eyes, I mean, and January 6th, but that's the one time in my eyes that Donald Trump went on the wrong side. I just think it's so precious and so pathetic. I will say, if she's in New York, she's probably not going there explicitly to stand outside Trump Tower. People who go to New York and LA, if they have no other business being there, are raising money and appearing on television shows. And I guarantee you, those are the 2 things she's doing.
That is probably true. I wonder what shows. If she gets brought into Fox, I feel like they're gonna raise some potentially embarrassing questions about that. Anyway, Katie Arrington responded to the video being uploaded saying, Nancy, did you get lost on your way to the Fox News studio? Which apparently we've concluded that's what actually happened. Or are you in New York City to fundraise with the progressives? What does New York City have to do with the low country? Well, first of all, like, okay, yeah, point out that she went to a blue area to raise money. And then also point out that all of the other Republicans do it too, including Donald Trump. Donald Trump literally comes to LA to go to areas where wealthy Republicans are in a blue area to raise money. Like, again, this is hardly just a Nancy Mace thing. But anyway, to her argument, she's laying out like all of her qualifications. I agreed with him on this, I agreed with him on that. I worked for him, I supported him early. But if the thing is that he doesn't endorse you, apparently none of that was enough. So reiterating it feels a little bit weird. At the end of the day though, it's not even about that. It's not about who supported him longer or who like flattered him more over standing up to China. It might be as simple as something Katie Arrington said recently. Asked about the 2020 election, she said, yes, I do. I think Trump won the 2020 election. I think there's too many voting irregularities. But is President Biden, duly elected? Yeah, he's legally the president of the United States because people like Nancy Mace didn't have a backbone and they certified the election. Yeah, Nancy Mace should have just blocked the House from doing that. She, in the minority, should have blocked the House. No, she supports the election lie, and Nancy Mace hasn't been 100% supportive of Trump and his lies about the election. It might be as simple as that, Brett.
Yeah, this is how fascism is. They want the politically expedient thing to do is to support the autocrat, because of course it is. But the thing that blows my mind is he lost. Like, he's a loser. He lost the election. And yes, they're doing the thing that I guess is their only hope, is to just say, no, he didn't. He didn't lose. Because the worst thing that you can call Trump is a loser. And I can't believe that him being a loser hasn't gotten through to people, when the only victories he's had is to defeat the most widely disliked political candidate in a very long time, Hillary Clinton, and declare bankruptcies billions of times. Yeah. He is a loser. They refuse to say it. If they need to huddle beneath the, in between the legs and grab the leg of their daddy like this, and he's a loser, what does that make them? There are no alpha dogs in the Republican Party. No. They are all followers and grifters. And the worst part is they worship the biggest snowflake of all time, someone who won't stop complaining about how unfair everybody is to him.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.